It's Monday, June 13th, 2022, and it's time for the Monday Market Report. Every Monday, we look at inventory of single-family homes located on saltwater canals with at least two bedrooms and at least two bathrooms in our two primary market areas of Hudson, Florida, zip code 34667, and Hernando Beach, Florida, zip code 34607, and compare data. Okay, and my name's Greg Clesius. I'm the broker owner of Gulf Coast Fishing Homes Realty. So let's get right to the numbers. This morning, we have 24 homes that meet the criteria in Hudson. That's compared to 27 the week before, and the week before that on May 30th, we had 31. So inventory trending down a little bit, but compared to a year ago, 6/14/21, we had 15 houses on the market. And just coming out of the initial shutdown for Florida, 6/15/20, we had 30. And the biggest item, our pre-pandemic typical inventory, we had 39 homes that met that criteria in Hudson. We are about a third less of the listings that we would have pre-pandemic, meaning Hudson is really rotating to a very normalized, equal market with both buyers and sellers have the same ability. And for buyers, it means you can go negotiate a lot. Sellers, it means you can't put any froth on your listing. You can't say, hey, I know the value's 600, but I want to put 650 on it, and somebody will give me that. That day, that time of the last couple of years where a seller could put any number on the house, that's over in Hudson. It's completely opposite story in Hernando Beach. Hernando Beach, we have 7 listings that meet the criteria, and that stayed fairly flat. It's been 8, 6, 7 now for almost 2 months. Compared to a year ago, we had 8. Today we have 7. It's kind of the same numbers. Go pre-pandemic or just emerging out of the pandemic on 6/15, we had 19. And then if you look back to before the pandemic, we had 25 homes that met the criteria of direct access, at least 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. So inventory, instead of being where Hudson is a third less, we're 2/3 less. We're way down in Hernando Beach. Hernando Beach, this market is still very much a seller's market. This market, if you price your house correctly, it's going to sell in a hurry, and you probably will get a little bit above quote-unquote true value. So let's look at the overall bigger picture moving from here forward, in my opinion. Very shocking inflation number on Friday of the last week. Really signals that the Fed is going to have to make some major moves to increase interest rates. And you can see this morning at 8:30, the projection is that the stock market's going to sell off another 500 plus points today. I think the Fed's really going to have to increase interest rates above what other people expect. Interest rates in November were 2.5%. This spring, they were 4.5%. Now they're 5.5-ish. I personally really believe that by Christmas, interest rates will be close to 7%. If you're thinking about buying a house and getting a loan, why the hell are you waiting? If you can do it now, you need to be out here doing it now. Now, if you're buying in Hernando Beach and you can't find the right house, maybe you should reach up and pay a little more for that house that you don't want to do, because in the long run, your payment's going to be actually less if you wait for the quote-unquote perfect house at the perfect price. In Hernando Beach, prices are not going to radically come down. I think in Hudson, prices will come down on the waterfront homes 10, 15%, just my feeling. And that's going to really happen because they're much more closer to an equal market than Hernando Beach. And when interest rates get to 6, 7, 8%, maybe this time next year they're 8%. And as I know, that's historically low for the long-term trend, but it's really high for the trend of the last 10 years. I think if you're a buyer, you got to go out and buy your house now, because if not, your payments are going to be so much higher just because the interest rates are going to be higher. And one of the things I think you ought to consider is, if we think interest rates are going to bubble up and bubble down real quick, do an ARM. That's a whole nother discussion. Call me. I have a video on that where I talk about how to buy a house in the inflationary, recessionary times we're in. If you have questions, call me. I will give you my honest, upfront advice, no hold back. 813-394-4356. If you are a buyer and you're going to get a loan, now's the time to go out and buy. If you have to pay a little more to get locked in now at 5.5 interest rates versus what interest rates in the fall are going to be 6 or 7, do that. If you like the house, buy it. Even if you have to pay a couple of dollars more. Because the problem is, if you're going to get a loan, you're going to pay more later. If you're doing cash, clearly buying with cash works all the time. And it'll especially work later this year, next spring, when there'll be fewer loan buyers in there. So that's a lot of advice for today. My name's Greg Clesius. I'm the broker owner of Gulf Coast Fishing Homes Realty. Yes, I got sunburned yesterday. Yes, we had a great time on the boat. But hey, that's the lifestyle we live. You guys have a great day. Bye now.